What if we're wrong? The old story is breaking. Neanderthals weren't slow or simple. They painted, they planned, they lived complex lives, and the science behind it is far more shocking than the myth. A new image takes shape. The idea that Neanderthals were less intelligent survived for more than a century, but everything began to shift when scientists started uncovering evidence that simply didn't fit the stereotype. What if they weren't the dumb brutes everyone described? What if they were creative, expressive, and deeply human? This story starts in the caves of Spain. What if Neanderthals were making art long before Homo sapiens ever arrived? The Spanish caves that changed everything. 3 caves, La Pasiega, Maltravieso, and Ardales hold some of the oldest art ever recorded. And these artworks were dated to at least 64,000 to 66,000 years ago, published in Science in 2018. That's important because Homo sapiens hadn't even entered the region yet. Only Neanderthals were there. The paintings include the famous red ladder-like symbol from La Pasiega, hand stencils from Maltravieso, and painted stalagmites in Ardales. These weren't random smudges, they were intentional symbolic choices. So the question becomes clear, does art automatically mean a complex mind? Archaeologists say yes, more signs of symbolic thinking. Spain wasn't the only place hinting at Neanderthal creativity. In France, scientists found lines and finger mark engravings inside a cave. These markings were described as unambiguous examples of Neanderthal abstract design. They were dated to over 57,000 years old and published in PLOS 1 in 2023. Then came personal ornaments, perforated seashells with pigments from the Cueva de los Aviones in Spain. Dated to about 115,000 to 120,000 years old, they are among the oldest pieces of jewellery ever found. If jewellery exists, someone wanted to be seen, and older evidence goes even further back. Neanderthals used red and yellow ochre pigments more than 250,000 years ago. They might have been making crayons, decorating bodies, or marking territory. One thing becomes obvious: these actions aren't the behaviour of a mind without symbolic thought. The Gibraltar engraving and Germany's marked bone. In Gorham's Cave, Gibraltar, scientists uncovered a geometric hashtag engraving carved deliberately into the cave floor. And in Germany, the engraved deer toe bone showed repeated, careful lines. Both represent choices, not accidents. Everything is pointing toward the same conclusion. Neanderthal minds processed the world in symbolic ways, long before Homo sapiens arrived in Europe. But the surprises didn't stop in caves. A walk on the beach, 80,000 years ago. In coastal Portugal, researchers uncovered a set of astonishing footprints. They were the first Neanderthal footprints ever found in the country, dated between 78,000 and 82,000 years old. Published in scientific reports, the discovery revealed something unexpected. Adults and children walked together across what was once a sandy coastal dune. Picture that for a second, not in a dramatic way, but in a simple human way, a family walking by the sea. The footprints show movement, behaviour, and social structure. They show daily life. If their lives looked so familiar, why were we told they were so different from us? The fire masters of Gruta de Oliveira. An even deeper answer came from Portugal's Gruta de Oliveira, part of the Almonda caste system. This site was excavated for more than 2 decades, from 1989 to 2012, by an international team led by João Zilhão, with contributions from Diego Angelucci of the University of Trento and Mariana Nabais of IPHES. Layer by layer, the team uncovered a dozen structured hearths used between 100,000 and 70,000 years ago. And these weren't simple burn marks, they were basin-shaped fire pits containing burnt bones, burnt wood, ash, heat-reddened stone. These features show only one thing: Neanderthals didn't just find fire, they made it, maintained it, and used it every day. They cooked goats, deer, horses, aurochs, rhinos, and turtles. The turtles were likely cooked in their shells. At coastal caves near Cartagena, they also ate fish, mussels, mollusks, and even roasted pine nuts. A varied diet, planned cooking, regular fire use. Does that sound like a mind that lacked intelligence? The DNA secrets that changed human history. Then came one of the biggest discoveries of all Neanderthal DNA inside modern humans. This is fully verified research. Most non-African people today carry 1% to 4% Neanderthal DNA. These genes weren't random leftovers, they helped early humans adapt to colder climates. They influenced skin tone, hair texture, immune responses, even pain sensitivity. Another fossil discovery showed long stretches of Neanderthal DNA in an early modern human, proving that interbreeding happened around 47,000 years ago in a significant event. This forced scientists to adjust the classic out of Africa timeline, and here's the twist. We're not separate from Neanderthals, we carry their story in our genes. Different human forms, not lesser ones. At Gruta de Oliveira, researchers compared Neanderthal layers with later layers containing Homo sapiens. The lifestyles looked remarkably similar. The cave organization, fire use, and activity zones all aligned. That's why Diego Angelucci said something powerful. More than different species, I would speak of different human forms. So the old question, were Neanderthals intelligent, feels too small now. A better question might be, why did we spend so long underestimating them? The story is still growing. New discoveries appear every year from Spain, France, Portugal and beyond. Art in dark caves, footprints on ancient dunes, fire pits carved into stone, and the DNA inside all of us. Together, they reveal a truth that's far more interesting than the old myth. Neanderthals weren't brutes. They were creators. They were explorers. They were families walking on beaches. They were humans, just a different kind. And the next discovery might change the story again. What do you think these discoveries mean for our understanding of human evolution? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.